Hello, welcome again to Miranda's Insights number 6 in Thailand, and today's topic is letting go is better than striving to become more. So I'd like to start today with just the topic about how we as human beings have a very, very strong sense of self. We have a strong sense of I and mine, and it seems very solid and real. And from the Buddhist perspective and also from the yoga perspective, that when we have a strong sense of I or ego sense, then that is the grounds for which suffering can occur. So the question is, how can we reduce our ego sense or our sense of I? And in the Buddhist teachings, they talk about there are 3 powers that come from being ignorant of the truth or the nature of things. When we don't know how things actually are functioning, we don't know that everything is in constant flux, including ourself as a person, as an individual. We are like nature. When we don't know that, then we set ourselves up for pain because we're always trying to make ourselves solid and permanent somehow. So the Buddhist teachings talk about these 3 powers. They're called, one is called greed. They're called defilements: greed, resistance or aversion, greed or attachment, and aversion, resistance, and the other one is delusion. And delusion would be doubt and confusion and that kind of thing, not knowing. So whenever we entertain, say for instance, greed, there are other forms of greed like desire, neediness, wanting, hankering, hoping, expectation. These are all versions of this quality called greed that is in all of us when we're not knowing the truth. So whenever we feed greed, whenever we go into hankering and wanting and desiring, that's when the self, the sense of I, me, my, starts to get stronger, and that will create pain and suffering within moments, actually. So it's the same with aversion. So if we're entertaining any kind of aversion like not liking something, feeling irritable, complaining, disappointment, pushing something away, hating something, going into an angry state, negativity. So whenever we entertain aversion, we're also creating this sense of self that will end up creating suffering for ourselves. So it increases whenever we feed this. And the same with delusion, which means you're just going into not knowing the truth, not grounding yourself in the reality of things, but you're kind of going off into imagination land, like you're doubting and you're anxiety, you're going into fear, you're going into, fear, anxiety, all those sort of lower negative things that all come out of just simply not being grounded in the truth. And that feeds a sense of self. And as you may notice, that these 3 parts of the self, or 3 aspects of how self can grow, are not pleasing. You don't feel good in this sense of self. So something happened for me. I had an insight about this. The other day I was using my iPad to try to create a film like this, and my iPad said I ran out of storage space, so I couldn't do the videoing, and not only that, I had to do a whole bunch of all these other steps in order to create more storage space to do a video. And so immediately, as soon as that happened, I started off with the sense of, I want to do a video, which is in the form of the greed, I want, a desire. So I set myself up already. I was in a sense of self. And then when it didn't happen, I went into aversion. And then I didn't like it. And so I felt this incredible pain. Well, incredible. You know what kind of pain there is. It's just like you set yourself up to do something and then you can't do it. So there's this backup of pain. So I was experiencing the pain, and I was noticing how my body was feeling, because this is my practice, right? I've been practicing this. This is all, watching, observing, noticing how things unfold for me and how I can get free of it. So I was wondering, how do I get free of this? So the first thing I wanted to do, which was my natural habit, is I wanted to do something about it, which means that I have to become more, like I have to do something. Like, for instance, I was thinking, well, maybe I need to go out and take some more computer courses, or maybe I need to hire someone to teach me to computer, and maybe I need to hire a computer man, maybe I need to educate myself more. I started to go into all of this, and then I started to get really, this self was growing with having to do all this stuff. So it was getting extremely uncomfortable, and then I got into resistance to all of that and say, maybe I should just stop marketing myself, don't put out any more videos, let me just sit on my cushion and meditate and just let the whole world just come and go as they like, but I don't want to participate in it anymore, because I was resisting the pain. Okay, so after experiencing this, going for a walk on the beach, it dawned upon me, I've been in doer mode. Here I am thinking I have to do more, I have to increase, I have to become more in order to fix my problem. And I realized in that moment that I don't have to do anything. As a matter of fact, what I really need to do is let go. And so the question is, let go of what? Let go of the feeling that I am experiencing right now, the pain. And so what is that pain that I'm experiencing right now? Well, first of all, it's the sense that I'm striving to become something. So if I can just let go of the striving, the feeling of striving, I can drop down into my body and experiencing that. Then I don't have to do anything. I can just let go. What else can I let go? I can let go of the frustration that I have this problem, and it's an urgent problem that's got to be settled right now. I can let go of the idea that I have a problem, and I can let go of the urgency that it has to be fixed right now. What else can I let go? I can let go of maybe my resistance to technology. So in that moment, just relax about it. Like, I don't have to get frustrated again. I can let that go. And I can also, worst case scenario, is just let go of the idea that I need to market myself. So once I let go and relax and say, so what, big deal, it doesn't have to be done right now. All these areas in which I could just simply let go became extremely freeing for me, and this was my insight. Became extremely freeing for me. I don't have to It saves a lot of energy. I don't have to exert to become something. I don't have to spend any money. I don't have to go out and look for people to help me. I don't have to, there's a lot of things I don't have to do when I actually decide to let go. And let go of all of the things that I'm feeling that seem to be so real, that seem to that push me into action. Just let go. And then I can come back to my natural self, the way nature normally is, because I am basically nature. I function just like nature. If I can just relax into that, then this is where my ease is. And so that's my point today. My insight is letting go is better than striving to become more. And that's it for today. See you in the next video. Bye for now.